Welcome to Roxtalks, the podcast that helps network marketers grow their business on social media. I'm Roxanne Wilson.
And I'm Taryn Soa, your social media sidekick.
And we are thrilled.
And that's it today.
Oh, is that it? That's all you got today? She's like, that. Okay, that's all she, it's always different. And sometimes it's the same. Today, it's the same. But we are thrilled to be talking to you today because we need to answer a question that's pretty darn important. The question is, do you really even need social media to grow your network marketing business?
That's a great question.
It is. And it kind of is like, the question really is there a purpose to our existence in this podcast? Right?
Yes. This is a really heavy question for us.
It's probably meta if I knew how to use that properly. Like it's very meta of us. I think I used it. I don't know.
I feel like we need to ask a zillennial.
Where's Italia, Elena, when we need her? Yeah, seriously. But we're gonna talk all things. We'll be right back, and we're gonna answer this question honestly, and give you our honest feedback and opinion. We'll see you in a second. Taryn, you know what's going on right now?
Oh my gosh, how could I not?
How could you not? That is a good question. The summit is in full swing. It is day 2 of the summit going on right now, like kicking off all the things. And it's like a marathon at sprint speed. It's exciting. It's wild. How you feeling about it?
I feel like we're birthing a baby. This summit baby is like, the action's now.
Yeah. Okay. I've never birthed babies. I'm going to take your.
Either have I actually. I've had C-sections. So.
But you went into labor.
Sort of.
Kind of. Okay. Well, we imagine it's like birthing a baby through the actual canal. That's where we are right now. All that to say, we're so excited you guys are part of the summit. If you're not, of course, you should definitely, it's not too late to enjoy day 2, 3, and you can even get a little day 1 as well too. Just go to socialnetworkmarketersummit.com. Did I get that right?
You got it right.
Did I? Social Network Marketers? I did? Okay.
Summit.com.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Go there, or you can just check the notes on the podcast. We'll see you there live and with all our glory and your glory too. All right. That's here. The question. It's here. Do you even
social media?
Yeah. And I got to tell you, I've heard people talk about this and say, you don't need social media to grow your business. You don't need that. I'll be real honest. The people who say that are people that have been in business for about 20 years. And it's almost, they don't say it, but it's quiet. It's like, back in my day, we didn't use social media to grow our network marketing business. We went to hotels and we had meetings in hotels and all the things. And that's like, when you break it down, like if anyone comes up to you and says, you do not need social media to grow your business, I'd say, great. So tell me exactly, how did you do it without social media? And by the way, when can you timestamp that? I'd like to see the receipts.
Yes. That's the point right there. They leave that little piece out of, by the way, I actually did that 10 years ago. That's how I got started. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Unless you are someone, if you are a radio host and you talk about your network marketing business on the radio, or you do radio advertising, you probably don't need social media. I'm trying to think of things, people who would not. If you're on TV and you do TV commercials, you probably don't need social media. I'm kind of at a loss. I guess if you do advertisements on Google, you probably don't need. I'm trying to think of the people who don't need social media to grow their business. Because even if you have a lot of friends, that dries out. Even if your family is large, that dries out.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess my question is, if not social media, then what? Okay, if you don't want to do social media, I get it. Zuckerberg can annoy his mother, I bet. So if not social media, where are you? Like, what's the plan? If you can give me a good plan, and I'm going to use that network marketing term that's duplicatable and everyone can do it too, then we can talk. But otherwise, I just don't understand where are you growing?
Yeah. So and first of all, how are you messaging all your friends? I guess via text instead of DMs. But how are you messaging all your people that you went to high school with?
How do you even know them? Like, if we can remember for a second. And Taryn, I don't even want to know how old you were when Facebook started, but I remember when Facebook started because I was not in college. Let me just put that out there. And I remember when it started and you start suddenly like people were on it and you like, it's like all of a sudden your high school friends that you had, like I personally, because I left town, I went to Dobson High School, Mesa Public Schools. And then I went off to Baylor and then things happened. Then I went to Michigan for law school and you lose touch of your high school friends. And so it was like, oh my gosh, because Facebook could figure out, oh, this person, that person, all of a sudden now I'm friends with my high school friends, but I would never have known how to get in touch with them. Otherwise, wouldn't have known.
Same. I am full circle back in my hometown that I went to high school with. I moved away. I said I was never coming back. And here I am. I could probably spit and it would land on my high school.
Wow.
I do not see people in town really that I went to high school with, or maybe I do and I don't recognize them. I mean, we still have the whole mask thing and I can't really recognize everyone by the eyes, but still I have no way of getting in touch with people that I went to high school with. Yeah. And if you're listening, hey,
that's the thing. Like, it's where are you going to find these people? Now, I will tell you, I want full disclosure. I've heard some other techniques that network marketers are using instead of social media. Would you like to hear some of them?
Yes, I would. I would love to.
Okay. One of them is buying a list. Of complete, like you can go to agencies and buy a list and then you just start emailing and sending people postcards and information. You just keep spamming and spamming till they
I was going to say that's spam. That's how I get those like credit card offers in the mail.
Yes.
And you know where those go?
In the garbage after you take off
the recycling
information. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, good. So that's one way. I mean, if that seems more palatable to you, then you can like go search that. Here's another way. This one I'm only gonna give you two today, but this one might be, well, okay, no, I'll give you a couple. So then it's like going to a coffee shop and like being there all the time and finding some locals and hopefully getting to know them, or going to a park with your kids and like, okay, I'm going to scout this person out. I'm going to use my kid, go play with that kid. That's another option. Y'all, and I'm not saying the first one I think is bad. The second one, okay, you can do that, but how many people? Think about the time you're spending. But here is my favorite one that was going around Orange County. And I think, I do remember the name of the company. I'll tell you offline who it was. This is what they did. Okay. They would go to TJ Maxx, Home Goods. What's the other one? TJ Maxx, Home Goods. Stores. Yeah. What's the other one? Oh, Marshalls. Okay.
Marshalls.
So they'd go to those stores. They would shop, and I put in air quotes, and they would like run. Pretend that's me, and I see you, Taryn. I'm like, oh, hi. And I might say a couple words to you. Yeah. And then I go off and do something, and I come back and I go, you know what? You're really amazing. I would love to. Yes. And then they start talking to you and like, I think you'd be really great. I love everything about you. I think you'd be great to like rep this company. And they have this conversation with you and they keep going. Okay. And then they get your information and you think you're repping like, oh, I'm going to be like a One Bars like rep. And then they bring it on you that it's network marketing.
Oh, that feels kind of dirty.
You think? They literally go to stores where women are going to be and they start looking around.
Well, and then at that point, why don't you just get on social media? Like, you're spending the same amount of time. Like, why not do it from home in your jammies?
Thank you. And you're actually reaching more people on social media. I mean, I know we do social media. We think, oh my gosh, I did a post and this is my favorite. And I hope they're listening. So some of my clients, I was doing a pro call with pro members. And one of my girls, I love her. She was like, Roxanne. So she started with a new company, and she's focusing on like just sowing the seeds of the need and the hero product and stuff for this company. And she's like, I've been doing it and I've only gotten 2 customers from it. I said, okay, well, let's talk about it. Let's look at it. And I'm like, okay, I'm looking. Looks like you started doing that in January. She's like, yep. I said, so it's mid-February. I said, so in the course of 30 days where you're setting up and using like the social stories blueprint, you know that 2 people have directly come to you and you have 2 new clients. She's like, yeah. She's like, and what? She goes, actually, one of them purchased and one of them we're still talking. I go, so you have a 50% conversion off of those 2 people who you did not know who said, I want it because she's like, yeah. And I'm like, and that's a bad thing.
I was like, this sounds great. Isn't that funny from like being able to see that from the outside? Did she then have an aha from your perspective of like,
she started laughing and she's like, oh, that's why I need to talk to you. I'm like, that's a really good thing. You have just started to sow the seeds in the need. And I know we want tons of customers. We want tons of leads. But the fact that within a month of putting together and starting this, and she's not posting 5 times a day. We don't do that. She's not posting even every day. And I'm like, so what I'm hearing you say is it's working. Keep doing that and grow it. And so she just kind of laughed because it was just like, okay, that really happened. But that happens all the time. It's so we have to realize when you start with social media, don't expect to get a bunch of sales. In fact, that's not your goal, right? Your goal is you're going to the bar, you're getting to know people, they're getting to know you, and your goal is to get them off of social media, quite frankly. Now, could it happen that you've got a situation like she did where you're going to get sales? Absolutely. But you're on social media to find your people and for them to find you. So after that, though, I get it. We want droves and droves of people to come in. And now I'm going on a, you can pull me back in, you can reel me in if you want, but something we're doing with the pro members, because we have the new pro pod that started and then the OG pod is renewing for another go I said, listen, y'all, we're going to really focus on your funnels. Like I want to totally like tighten up your funnels because, I got on my remark when I was drawing it all out because we share it on the Zoom. I'm like, because I love you guys have proven that it's working, but now let's amplify it, And I think it's kind of like with you and I when we have those freebies that are out there, right? Like with the free Reels template, that just is the gift that keeps on giving. Everybody wants it. Once you realize it works every day, I'm like, more you. I'm like, I should not be. No, but like once you realize that it's something, you have something people want of value, then you want to amplify it. But you first want to start and make sure your funnel is tight and right and like looks good in a skinny pair of jeans. And then you go out there. That was a little random, but it's in my head.
No, here's how I'm going to connect it so do we need social media? Yes, to kind of get those people into that funnel. And then that's when you're having them take the next step. You're bringing them off social media. You're bringing them onto your email list. Maybe you are meeting them at a coffee shop. If you're using like local hashtags and you're meeting with people locally, you can meet with them. We're not saying you can't ever get on the phone and have conversations. We're not saying you can't go to a coffee shop and meet with a potential team member, but we're using social media as a tool to reach even more people. And if you're going to spend time going to the park and trying to prospect other mothers, sure, do that. But like, think of how much time, if you put that time into social media, how many more people you could reach versus one. Because can you imagine going to the park for 30 days and you got one person, how like that would not feel good. Whereas social media, you're like, oh my gosh, I got a person. How cool is that?
And I love how you said, we're not saying don't go to the park. We're not saying don't go to the coffee shop, but we are saying do not go to Marshall's and find weird people and just try and prospect them.
We are saying that. Like, I need to tell you one story that literally just popped in my head because now I realized what happened. I was, this is when I lived in Chicago and I took the train downtown every day. It was just a short ride. And one day we got stuck in the tunnel because I don't want to be morbid, but I think there was like a shooting
Oh.
So we got stuck on the train and I'm talking to this girl. She looked like me and having a great time just talking to her about like what she does. And all of a sudden it started shifting and she started like almost trying to sell me. And my body went like, oh my God, like this was weird. This was not genuine at all. And I thought it was a genuine conversation. And I got off early. Like that first stop, it started going. I wasn't to work yet. I was like, it's going to be a 10-block walk. I got off.
Your splenic authority said, get away.
Get away. And get this though, it happened again a month later. The same girl, she had no idea she was talking to someone she had already talked to. And she started going through the spiel and I kind of let it happen. I got off again. I was like, what is she doing? Is this how she gets people? She like talks to innocent people on the train. And I was like, are you selling me something? Am I going to be, I don't know. I got very weird, very weird vibes.
I'm sure she was. I don't know if it was network marketing, but she was doing something.
Yes.
Did you and I ever talk about that company, same company actually, that was doing the whole thing at Home Goods that was using dating sites to find network marketers? Did you and I ever talk about that?
I feel like kind of maybe, and I probably had the same reaction of like, wait, what? Like that's so out of this world.
So that is another way you could do it. If you don't want to be on social media, you could get on Tinder or, I don't know, what is it? Tinder and Match, Grindr, all those, and just go find people.
Stop giving us a bad rap. Like that's why network marketing can get a bad rap because that's weird. It's weird.
Yes.
It's weird.
There was an article about it and I was like, what? And I mentioned it to some of the people in social stories. And one of them said that actually happened to her a few years ago. She was on a dating site. She thought it was like meeting someone, like it's a dating site, right? Yeah. I think she was on, it was like one of those dating sites you can like meet friends or whatever, friends and anyhow.
Okay.
All of a sudden it turned into like, join me with my company. And when she didn't want to, the person like ghosted her.
Yeah. I don't like intentions like that. Like that's happened to me a few times. Like they're just so genuine and you think you're having this great conversation and it's like going to the bar and getting asked to get married.
Exactly.
And all of a sudden you're like, well, wait a second. Like that went really fast. We were having a good conversation and now I'm scared.
Yeah, like you can use dating sites for one night stands all you want. That's fine. But when you use it to try and
no judgment here from us, I guess.
Unless you're using it for network marketing, and then we got a problem.
Oh, gosh, that's where we draw the line.
That's where we draw the line.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, sorry.
I can't imagine. Like you're putting like yourself on a dating website. You're feeling vulnerable, and then someone does that. Like that's just going to give you a bad taste.
It's horrible. One more dating. Now we're off the rails completely. My sister, I tried to get her to a dating site again because she's available and amazing and all these things. But she was like, she did it. She's like, I'm done. I'm never doing another one again. I'm like, why? She's in Arizona, right? It matched her with our cousin.
Did she send him a message? Hey.
She's like, I'm out, Roxanne. I am out. It matches with our cousin. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I'm done. Done. And it's it's Phoenix. Like it's a big place.
Yes. Oh, but like, how else do you really meet people? I don't know. I have been off the market for almost 11 years. So I don't know how this
you are off the market. Yeah. I've been off the market too, for not 11 years, but a while. We digress. The point is, social media is a really great place. Think about it as your marketing tool. Don't give up on it or think, well, some grand poobah person in my company said we don't need it. I would challenge them or send us their information. I'd love to talk to them. Because when I do unpack that with people, they're like, well, no, it's not that we don't like social media. It's just that we don't want people to just be on it all day and go down the rabbit holes and not get things done. That is different.
Of course.
We
don't want that either.
We don't want that either. You need to have a strategy.
Teach that. You will not join social stories. And the first thing Roxanne tells you is, okay, now we're going to post 5 times a day and we've got to be over here. We got to be over there. No,
not on our watch. So just know that as well too. Sometimes when they're saying that, their concern is that they're worried that you're not actually following up with people. They're worried that you're not actually doing the other additional income producing activity, but social media is income producing. It's just, you gotta be focused on it and not get down the squirrels. That's the point.
Exactly.
That's the point. All right. Are you ready for some behind the scenes?
I am. Yeah. You go first. I
Oh,
always
me?
go first.
But you went, okay, fine. I'll go first this time. First of all, I want to tell you, I don't have it right with me today, but Nancy was listening to the podcast again. Good old Nancy.
Yeah.
Good young Nancy. And she had a lot of Nancy and Grace both wrote to us because we got the Charlie Brown thing wrong. And I feel like we need to call that out because I know others are probably really. So I think that what I said was Lucy was Charlie's sister. But that's
and I was like, are you sure?
Oh, did I say that?
Yeah, you did say that.
I did say that.
I don't watch enough Charlie Brown to know, but
Sally apparently is.
Yes, the blonde. The blonde.
She's the sister, yep. And she liked Schroeder, right? Or wait, now I'm getting confused. Who did Lucy love? Linus?
Didn't she love Charlie Brown?
Y'all help us.
It was like a weird, like she wouldn't let him kick the ball because she liked him.
Maybe she liked him. Maybe that's what. So is it Lucy and Linus her brother and sister? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like we have some homework. So Nancy and Grace, thank you for calling us out. We don't even know our pop culture.
Is that pop culture though?
I mean, if you played like trivia, I feel like that would be a question. So yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay. So yeah. So we got that wrong. So my apologies. I wanted to call that out. And people are loving you on the podcast. Just so you know, they love having you on the podcast. They were like, keep saying we've got great chemistry. They love. And by the way, speaking of love, the Social Stories members are in love with you as well, because Taryn, you did that hashtag workshop with them and they're just like through the moon, the roof, all the things. Yeah.
I feel like I just like gave them an answer. You know, when you look up stuff online and it like never really gives you the answer directly. I just came in, I was like, here's what the strategy we use and it's proven. You use it now. And I literally just saw like little light bulbs. And then all of a sudden the questions just flooded in. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun.
You're finding this new birth. I'm glad you're loving this. I'm down 3 pounds. Just thought you should all know that. Woo! I'm down 3 pounds. I'm rocking my Lumen thing that's telling me this little gadget that looks like a vape, but it's not. That's
it looks
telling
like you're
me
constantly vaping.
But I breathe in and out and it tells me exactly when I'm burning fat and when I'm burning carbs. So I can have, what is it called? Flexible metabolism. And through that, it tells me what to eat on a given day. So I was doing the Lean Amanda Nyberg program. Love it. But it's cookie cutters and like do this amount of low carb days and this amount of high carb days. This is like based on how I wake up. It says, this is what you need to be eating for the day.
That's kind of cool. Can I tell you something kind of along this realm?
Yeah, please.
That I just found that I think you would love. I was listening to, I'm in a membership thing and I was listening to them talking and there is this woman in human design, which we'll be talking about that more in the future, but there is a workshop you can buy based on your human design of what you should be eating.
But I already know that. Like, I know I should be eating, quiet things. But don't you think the blood thing works too, though? I think the blood thing, there's
probably. I mean, I have no idea how to eat. I don't know. And I need help. So I was going to buy the workshop.
No, you need to get one of these.
That's too much work.
No, it really, I'm telling you, I now know, like when I go out with my girlfriends and have like a drink and like eat and have a good time, I know how many days it takes me now to recoup from that so that my body is back to burning fat and not burning carbs and not storing the fat, basically. Like I know that and it's rocking. So I got one for my mom. My sister just got one as well too. And it's like the light bulbs. My personal trainer tried to tell me that I needed to stop eating beef. Hello. Does she know me? And I needed to be eating more chicken, which I don't like chicken. And I took one of those Everly Well tests and it told me that I am sensitive to chicken. So guess what? Who's not eating chicken? Not me. Not gonna do it.
Not even like with ranch.
I don't like chicken. I mean, chicken's fine, but I do not like chicken. When I was little, I would walk my mom when we were at the grocery store. I would have to leave her right when she went to the raw chicken aisle. Yeah. Because back then it had all the skin on it and stuff. Like the idea of even when I would see raw chicken, it would make me like, Could not do it. And then when she came back, I couldn't even look at it. I do not like chicken. I love
your body knew it, like
my
knew.
body knew. That's what I'm saying. That is exactly right. And so I'm not doing it. So she tried to tell me all these things. And I'm like, listen, I got my Lumen. It's telling me about my carbs, my macros, my protein. I'm going to try this for a while. So I've been doing it for a month. I'm down 3 pounds. I'm eating and I'm learning about my body. I'm just telling you, it rocks the Casbah. You heard it here first. You're welcome.
I do get ads for it because you sent it to me and I clicked the link. And so now I'm getting ads. So we'll see. I'm going to do the workshop first and see. Because I saw something in my chart that was I eat in light, which is so funny because in the winter I have a really hard time eating and it's dark here. Like I can't eat.
Well, turn on a light. Stop eating in the dark. Duh.
I'm living in a hole, Taryn. You'll be fine.
I'm telling you. And when you're ready, I've got like a bunch of discounts for it. So it's like next to nothing. Yeah. No, but you do your human design thing first, Taryn. You're good. You're fine.
I'm going to start there to learn about myself. And then I feel like there's going to be steps beyond that.
I support learning about yourself. But yeah, I think that's fantastic. So that's what's going on with me. I think that's it. I know there's something else, but I can't remember. Summit.
You've been working your booty off on this summit. You wrapped up all the stuff. Granted, it is live now. So you guys are seeing the work. And there was a live this morning and there's another live panel tomorrow. So yeah, that's cool.
So the summit, we've all been working our booty off for the summit, but it's coming together. It's amazing. The pictures, by the way, brand photo shoot, you guys have been hearing all the things. You have not seen the reels that are out there now with some of the pictures. Very exciting. Taryn made those. They're awesome. But I haven't even looked at them yet, to be honest with you. Have you looked yet at the pictures?
No, I didn't open it. You guys, Roxanne and I are, I think, all or nothing type of people. And it's funny because I've called you out on it, but I think I can see it because it's me. We do everything at once. We're like, okay, let's plan a summit. Let's plan a challenge. Let's do brand photos. Let's redo all our copy. Let's just redo the whole brand. It won't take that much time. We're bananas. Oh, and by the way, we're both trying to go on vacations during this time as well. You
are supposed to keep me, but your whole existence as the business manager is to keep me in line.
I do. In a sense, we don't, there's probably other ideas that you would have ran with. I kind of match you. And then I'm like, okay, we're really
I've got a couple that I really want to do that I'm like, I got to hold it. Yeah, that's true.
But we're just so excited because, we've been working together with just social media. And now it's like, we're just letting all of this, we're birthing a lot of things. And so now we have, what I just think is really funny is that the pictures are here and ready to go. And we haven't even looked at them. We looked at all the proofs. There were 1,000 proofs. We had to look at a lot or over 1,000 proofs. But 2-hour session together. So we've looked at a lot of them.
It did. But now they're ready. And so that's exciting. Italia Elena, which you guys know, she was on the podcast. Oh, by the way, we have to get the brand photographer. I haven't asked her yet. Let me ask Brittany to be on the podcast. I know she's going to say yes. I just didn't ask her. Yeah. But Italia is almost done with everything.
I was reading that this morning before we jumped on and it's good. I'm joining social stories.
We need to keep her in her life. I don't want to lose her.
Oh, I'm already wheels turning.
Okay, good. Cause I'm like, she's amazing. And she gave some real rawness to the social stories members when she came. Cause she doesn't know, but it's been great for them. Anyhow, that's with me. Yeah. What's going on with you? This is why I should not go first. I'm like, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, so I just got back from vacation. I went to Florida for a little mom retreat, which was really fun. The time there was great. The time leading up to it and getting back home has been so I'm ready for my next vacation.
And a big transition. I think it's time for your next vacation, actually. Can we talk about your trip?
Yeah, the alligators. I saw alligators.
No, but y'all listen. I'm sitting here at home missing my Taryn, and I'm looking at her stories, and she's a story of this alligator. She's really close to this alligator, and it's in the swamp, and she's looking at it. She's I'm like, did she lose her mind? Did she leave it in Michigan? Alligators are faster than you. I don't care what you're on. Hoverboard does not matter. I'm like, that alligator is going to come around and come and get her. And I'm going to be very annoyed with her And your husband's gonna be annoyed
if she's gone.
Yes, and your husband's gonna be annoyed. Your kids, what is Davy gonna say? Like, really? I'm like, did she lose her senses?
I did it for Davy. So my little guy's almost 4. He's obsessed with alligators. And he told me on this trip to find him a white alligator toy, which we looked everywhere. We did not find one. This is a tangent. There's a real white alligator in Kentucky. So I'm going to bring him to that zoo. I don't know, this summer. But anyways, he loves alligators. So my uncle, they were like, oh, we have wetlands not too far from here. We can hop on the electric bikes, which by the way, so fun. It's like, and we can go and see them and like get really close, like really close. So we saw probably 8 big ones. I saw 3 babies. They just sit there. It's not like I tried to touch it.
You almost did. Like you were really close. Here's the thing. And like my human design basically says that I'm someone who's, I know how to like keep myself safe and healthy. So there ain't no way I'm going near one of those alligators.
You know, I am the biggest chicken on this planet and I got probably about 5 feet away. It was cool.
Hold on. I didn't say I was a chicken. I just am smart. I don't even like chicken.
I am a chicken. I am a nervous Nelly. Like, I don't like anything that makes my heart race.
Have you seen the videos of people like, oh, look at the alligator. And then it's like, oh, their foot is in the alligator's mouth. Hello.
That'd be a very cool story.
Not if you don't survive to tell it.
Well, anyways, that was only like an hour of my trip.
I was like, click, click, click. What are you doing? Are you crazy? I was just
you did.
And I thought to myself, if we don't see another story, then she did get taken away by the alligator. See?
Yeah. And I didn't post one for a little while.
Exactly.
Because I tried to take a cool video of my retreat home and it didn't work. I took a video of the ground. So I took a new one. Don't worry. Everyone got to see it. Like, are you really on vacation if you don't post about it?
Apparently, well, yes, you are, but no one else knows you are.
So vacation was awesome. Coming back, my flight got a little delayed. So I got home pretty late and boom, my husband started working. Like I got home at 1:30 and then he started working that day. So he, has been taking care of our children. So I've been working from home in our basement while he nannies. I call him my nanny and he hates it. But I officially don't have a nanny anymore. So I am in a transition period of trying to juggle it all. I don't really like that word juggle, but I'm honing in on my inner Megan Summerall.
I was gonna say, it sounds like you need a little Megan help because that's a big change. And to go from like a vacation with hanging out with alligators to, okay, now you are, working at home in 2 ways, working at home, taking care of kids and working at home, doing your business. That's hard.
Yes. So, you know, if anyone wants to talk at night, I'm usually online now.
I told you to go to bed last night. I'm like, you're 3 hours ahead of me. I'm like, go to bed. Go to bed.
I did.
Yeah. You're not even a night person. That's not okay.
I'm a night person.
You are? I thought you said you don't work at night. I
don't like to work at night. But I actually am extremely productive at night.
Gotcha.
So,
I'm going to Oregon next week. My sister's birthday.
Yeah, for what?
We're going to wine country. Apparently Oregon has like a wine country. McMinnville. I'm not pronouncing it correctly. I would say McMinnville, but they call it like, I don't know. They do it differently. But anyhow, we're going to wine country for the weekend.
That'll be fun. You need a good disconnect. Go have some wine, bring your little vape lumen thing so you know how much you can have.
Oh, I'm going to see because I want to know how quickly I can recuperate from a really fun wine weekend.
It's like the rest of the year. You can't do anything.
I know. I'm done. I am done. I'm toast. That'll be okay though. All right. We've talked your ear off. We love you guys. Enjoy the summit. We're so glad you're there with us and lots of exciting things around the horizon in this community. You know what? Thanks for listening to Roxtalks. We'll be back with another episode next week. You're not ahead. You're not behind. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.